Hi everyone. Happy new week. Today is another week for us to thrive, another week for us to learn, another week for us to fall, another week for us to stand, and another week for us to decide who we want to be or decide not to be who we were not, or decide to live purposefully. Now, let me give you a little recap of what happened last week at Mentorship Matters Africa. We were at week 12 of our 16-week program, and the title of last week was Resilience and Problem Solving. So I asked the ladies that, what have you been resilient towards or resilient against? And what problems did you encounter and how did you solve them? We had a series of interesting discussions. One mentee said she really found that she woke up really tired because she always decided to treat herself to a 1 hour 30 minutes entertainment after the whole day was done. I can relate to that. After you've had a long day, everything, you say, I'm done. Let me put some entertainment. And the entertainment has repercussions because you get up tired, you get up like, why did I do that? And it won't still stop you from doing it the previous day unless you decide to have a reality check and awareness. All right. Let me go back to the board. 2080. Is this thing I'm doing part of my 20% to give me 80% of my results? No, it doesn't belong there. So she needed to give a hard stop to that, which made her get up earlier, energized, and had a more productive and aware day. Another mentee said she needed more hours for the day. She was a little bit envious of the mentee who even had time to entertain herself. She didn't have time to entertain herself, and she realized it. What she did that was awesome was she had also a reality check and said, okay, I don't have time for myself and I need to prioritize things now. What should I get off my list that isn't part of my 20%? And she decided to forgo a class because she needed to work on her future. I was so proud of such moments. The moment, it is not what comes towards you, it's how you decide to treat it, how you decide to address it. Because no matter what, we are resilient. Do you want to be resilient towards solving your problem, or do you want to be resilient in suffering because of your problems or because of the tough time you are going towards? Suffering, pain is going to come, right? They both experience pain, but did they decide to suffer, or they decided to use that pain to grow, use that pain to make decisions that's going to align with their goal, which they defined earlier? You see that they started growing from the beginning, who they were, wrote letters to themselves, had objectives, learn how to use AI, learn how to identify that 20%, learn how to structure their days, learn how to automate, eliminate the non-negotiables and the ones that you can delegate. If you know all of these things and a problem comes, it's not left for you to say that, oh my God, I don't know what to do. You need to just take a breath and reflect. What is next? What am I doing now? What should I do with this problem? Problems will not stop coming. Everyone has problems. What differs is what they decide to do in the face of that problem or challenge. So if you know what you're doing, if you know who you are and what you're meant here to be, you're not going to just sit and entertain a problem and let the problem come and disrupt your purpose. No. You're going to face the problem head on. Say, okay, this problem is attacking this area of my life. Let me delegate this thing so I can have more time to focus on the more important things. Oh, this problem, I can eliminate this problem by eliminating this aspect in my life. Or I can solve this problem by delegating some things to someone so I can focus more on this thing. I say, oh no, this problem, I can automate something such that I will solve this problem. So decide in your life, a problem is not your companion. Problem is a passerby, he has to pass. You decide how fast you want it to pass, or you want it to dwell with you and become your companion then. And then you start throwing the pity party. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Yeah, some people have problems and they own their problems and embrace it. That's not what we're meant here to be. Look for someone who has gone through that problem and they'll give you tools so you can use and also challenge the problem and come up on top. So, after the session last week, I realized that the ladies are leaders. They are mentors now. Because they faced their problem and they challenged the problem, they solved it. They were resilient towards the solution. It was so easy for the mentee to say, oh no, I must watch the movie. I must do this. I must entertain myself because I work so hard. She eliminated it. That is resilience. That is discipline. That's a mindset of someone who knows what they want. The other mentee that decided to eliminate an aspect of her day so as to give more time to what is valuable, to what is in her 20%, is a sign of growth and leadership. This shows that the mentees learned. The mentees are now mentors. So for this week, week 13, the mentees are challenged to teach what they learned. They've already proven it. They proved that yes, they know. Yes, they have the tools, and yes, they implemented the tools. So they have to go back now and say, okay, let me backtrack and see how I can teach someone what I learned. Let me become the mentor for someone in a similar situation as mine. And I'm so happy and looking forward to what the mentees will decide to do in this week of leadership and giving back. That's the motto, or that's the task for week 13. Leadership and giving back. They are true leaders. They just need to rehearse that over and over again. And giving back means, and you rehearse it by giving back. If you don't give, you can't analyze how far you have come. You don't have to be the only one experiencing it. Give it back and let someone say, oh, this worked for me. That will increase your confidence and boldness and want you to go further, want you to scale and be the best you can be at every stage of your life. So if you want to be the best of who you can be, or know why you're put on this earth for, we are launching another session of Mentorship Matters Africa program in October. Use the link below to register. Fill the form. Be very genuine with yourself. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? Do you even know where you want to be? Are you confused and everything? Some of the mentees felt that way and now they don't. Now they're looking for the tools. Now they are putting the tools to the test and it's working for them. It can work for you too. So register and come prepared, come ready, come open to discover why God put you on this earth. The seed He put in you. Let's try to plant it on fertile soil and see that it bears very, very fruitful and sweet fruits. Hi everyone, welcome to week 13 of our Mentorship Matters Africa program. Yay! I'm glad to report that we experienced success. The mentees dug deep. The mentees were purposeful. The mentees wanted to see what's on the other side of themselves, what's on the other side within them. And I'm proud to report that they found out. And this week, week 13, is all about leadership and giving back. From week 1, we were discovering our purpose. Week 2, setting smart goals after discovering the purpose, had our objectives and set smart goals. Week 3, we're all about digital foundation. All right, how can AI and machine learning help us in prompting, in asking the right questions? Because we wanted to use AI to shorten the time that we use to find it out, or use in doing research, or use in getting more ideas. Week 4, we're all about emotional intelligence. You have to be emotionally intelligent to get out of your own way. Know the external factors, internal factors, how to present yourself, how to talk with others, how to know other strengths and weaknesses. Week 5, we went to personal branding. How to gain trust in yourself, trust in the person that you want to be, and also branding that person. I'll brand you and I'll step into you because I trust what I've built. Week 6, we're all about high impact skills, the 20-80 Pareto principles. That's doing the 20%, identifying first of all the 20% that will produce 80% of your total results. And then we found out that, okay, let's go to financial literacy because everything is business. Everything is business. You give value, exchange values and services. So what are the financial literacy and in business? How do you position yourself as a service? And how do you identify your target client? It can be a student, it can be a potential consumer, whoever it is. The literacy part of that, we also handle that in week 7. Week 8, we're all about networking and communication. Week 9, we say, okay, we have networked, we have our business skills, emotionally intelligent, know who we are, our purpose and everything. Why don't we build a mini business project? We did that. That took us 2 weeks to do, and we had some very amazing and interesting projects from our mentees. So after a project, what do you expect? Feedback. And before you give and get feedback, you need to know how to handle feedback and how to react to feedback. Then from there on, we move to crafting powerful communication skills through storytelling that inspire. Use your product. Tell a story with your products because we all love to hear a nice story. And that was also a very interesting week. All the weeks were pretty interesting. Week 12, we were resilience and growth mindset. To see, okay, how do we build resilience and how do we grow from them? How do we solve problems? We had very, very interesting stories from there, which led us actually to week 13, leadership and giving back. Now, what is expected? How do you do that? Every task was a brick in your foundation, and it's time to give back. So this week, what shall we do? Reflect on your journey. Choose one big lesson that shaped your growth. It might not be one lesson. It can be 1 or 2 lessons or a combination of many lessons. If again, you found out that every lesson, every task brought about a lesson, you can as well do that. You can always break it down and say, day 1, week 1, I had this, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8. But that will be a very long video, which we shall appreciate if you just say that, every week taught me something significant. So I'm going to create a short video that touches on all the weeks. If you have 2 or 3 or 1 specific week that gave you the nuggets you were looking for, we'd love to hear that and how it impacted you. So let's go now to an example how such a video or a teaching session as a leader is going to look like. And remember, leadership is not about titles, it's about service. So we don't want you to assume that, leadership, I need to be this and that. No, you need to have learned a lesson, and give it back. Provide a service. When you learn, you give it back. So you're leading the way because you have experienced it before. You're leading it for other people to follow. So, and what is the format of such a session? There must be a challenge, right? You should have a challenge. And when you have a challenge, you have a solution to it, or you have developed a solution towards it or against it. Then there's a result. Challenge, solution, result, lesson. This is simple and very powerful procedure. So let's take for example that week 1 was the week in which I had my greatest eye opener. So it will go something like this. Hi everyone, my name is Inda, and in the week 1 of Mentorship Matters Africa, I discovered something that completely shifted how I see myself. The power of knowing my purpose. So, okay, let's handle now the challenge. what would be the challenge in such a situation? The challenge would be that you're a people pleaser. Before this, I just was going through life doing whatever everybody wanted me to do, doing what my parents wanted me to do, my neighbors, and listening to everybody except myself. I didn't know why I was doing what I was doing. So, and then the solution now will be what you learned from week one. In week one, the solution was we did some exercises to identify our passions, our value, our strength, the seed, why God put us here on this earth. After a series of exercises, you using the Ikigai, I realized my purpose is serving the community. My purpose is helping others find out who they are meant to be, such that life can be beautiful. So this gave me a sense of direction and clarity. Now, what's this result here? I've already taken the cow out of the bag. Result was that I had a sense of direction and clarity. So now every decision I make, from my career to relationships, aligns with my purpose. I feel more grounded and confident. That's the result. You see, went for the challenge, the solution to results. Now, what's the call to action? When you have given a result, when you have presented some results, you want them to also jump in and think about what you just said and say, okay, what is there for me? How can I try this? I will go like this. If you feel lost, start writing down your top 5 values, your passions and moments you feel most alive, things you do that energizes you, and things you do that drains you without you even knowing. Write them down. Your purpose is hidden there. Purpose brings clarity, and clarity gives power. You see, if you have such a text, if you create such a video, this is just for lesson 1, you can be that it's the 80-20 Pareto that made you feel more alive, that made you feel purposeful. Use that. Use all of these lessons or any of them that talk to you most and provide a teaching lesson for anyone that is looking up to you. Because we all have to serve. I'm serving now. Well, it's your turn to serve. The baton has been passed to you. So go ahead, think about it, deliberate over it. What lesson, what week impacted me the most? All the weeks, whichever one the case may be, we are looking forward to read and watch you be the leader you're meant to be. We're all leaders. We just need someone to discover it from us and give us the right tools to express our full potential. So thank you all for listening in. Don't forget, we shall put like all the lessons, all the tasks for the weeks, and also like a little format on how you can go about it to make it simple. Because sometimes some people find video making it something cumbersome. So we'll simplify that for you, give you like little templates to work with. Thank you all for following us. Thank you for believing in us and for believing in yourself first. For those who are still inquisitive to go deeper, Mentorship Matters Africa is creating a session in October. This is more focused. You have a series of one-on-one structured sessions where you have individual lessons. You'll be able to digest, to dissect, and to really know why you were put on earth, why God sent you here in your mother's womb. We are seed. Let's see the fruits. Nice, beautifully tasting fruits. Thank you all for listening. Follow us on our social media platforms and remain blessed by the best. Bye.